Bondzee is secure in Edmonton. The world is safe. Thank you, Air Canada, and hashtag fuck WestJet. Say hi to everybody, bro.
Hi, everybody. It's Bondzee Live. Bondzee on YouTube. Pow, pow. How are you? It's Bondzee. Bondzee Live on Trippin' with Bondzee on YouTube and the Dean Blundell Network. Not a big deal. How are you? It's Monday. What a trip this has been the past week or so. Yeah, there you go. You can catch me on all the social medias. There's Facebook. There's Twitter. There's Instagram. There's the TikTok. But you're not going to find me on there very much. I haven't been on there in so long. I'll get back there. I promise. What else? Hey, listen, we're live from Edmonton, Alberta. It's fucking cold here. I'm not going to lie. This ain't no California or Phoenix where I just rocked it. That's for sure. A little chilly at night there, but nothing like this. It's actually snowing out. I just ran outside for a quick smoke and hit the pipe, and it's snowing. It's freezing cold. It's like I woke up this morning. It was minus 15. What? Anyways, I knew it was coming. It's nice to be back in Canada. I do not like the cold, but it is what it is. I'm at Lachlan Cross's house, 95.7 Cruise FM, your morning show guy. He's awesome. It was so nice to meet him. Saturday night was awesome. He came over to Army Chris's. We'll get into all that as we progress through the show. Be sure to watch the show on the YouTube channel. It's Trippin' with Bondzee. And the show is brought to you by Positive Mike's Brewing. Finally got to meet him today. Love my sponsor. Love his wife. His kid came over too. They brought me some homemade beers that the brewing. And finally, I got my Bondzee Scheme. It's the brand new beer that Positive Mike's Brewing made. It's called the Bondzee Scheme. It's my brand new shirt. This shirt has already been all the way to California and all the way back to Alberta. And finally, they dropped it off today. Huge thanks and shout out to Positive Mike and his lovely wife, Kel, and their wonderful son who came by today. Folks, you can get some of this sick swag, too. If you want one of these Bondzee Schemes, hit them up. It's a really dope shirt. That's a really dope hoodie. Peace, love, and cheers. Does it get any better than that? I don't think so. Anyways, it's awesome. I love those guys. It was a pleasure to meet them, and I look forward. So the Bondzee Scheme is a brand new beer. It's a mango habanero mixed flavor. And from what I understand, it's the shit. Just like me. Oh, easy, Bondzee. Easy. Thanks for watching, everybody. Anyways, it's the Bondzee Scheme. I got my own beer. I really can't believe it. I'm pretty shocked about that, and I'm pretty damn proud, too. Shakespeare's Fine Dining the show is also brought to you by them. If you are in the Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, make sure you go to Shakespeare's Fine Dining. They got some brand new hours for Christmas, November 30th through the 23rd. I would highly recommend making a reservation and getting your ass over there. 'Tis the season. Please make sure to get that special someone the gift of Shakespeare's gift cards. Yeah, folks, nobody, and I mean nobody, will wake up disappointed on Christmas morning if they find a Shakespeare's gift card in their stocking or wrapped up in a nice red bow or something. Just do it. They will love you forever. One of the greatest gifts you can give somebody. Shakespeare's Fine Dining, Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Love those guys. All right. Let's get right into it. Special guest tonight, Jamie Petrie, long time friend of mine. I think we've known each other since like 3 years old. Literally grew up a few blocks away in the old Hammertown. And he's a massive Tiger Cat fan. One of the biggest I know. Season ticket holder. I think he only missed one game this year. He was at the Grey Cup yesterday. Sent me some wicked photos, some wicked footage. And we'll get into all that. And we're going to talk to Jamie about the disappointing loss. And I've got questions. And I'm not sure he has the answers because he's probably just as confused as you, and me too, as to why Asshat would take a knee at the end of the fourth quarter and give them a point and ultimately cost us the Grey Cup. I know not a lot of you love the CFL and the Grey Cup and stuff. It's too fucking bad. It's my boy Jamie. We're going to talk about it. We're both huge Cat fans, and we'll roll through it. And you'll like it. I promise. Okay? What else? Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm still shocked. I just saw the note again, and I got a beer named after me. It's called the Bondzee Scheme. Go get it. Get the shirt, and then if you're in the Alberta area, you can get the beer. It's coming up soon. He dropped one off today. I haven't got to try it yet because it's got a ferment still. Is that what you call it? I'm not a big beer brewing fella, if you will, so I'm not really sure how it all goes. But listen, before we move on to, I would be remiss if I did not wish my buddy, my friend, my manager Jason, a very happy birthday. Love that guy to death. He loves the hip. as much or more than I do. I don't know if that's possible. That's how we met. We met at a private Tragically Hip function on an island, and one of the greatest weekends, a couple days of my life, and I got to spend it. Meet Jason, and we've been friends for 11, 12 years ever since. And he's one of the greatest human beings I've ever met. This trip wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have been a success and been awesome without him. He got me through so much shit, so much stressful times, and he was always there. He's always had two things to say. Bondzee, deep breaths, and keep it simple, stupid. One thing at a time. Love the guy to death. Hope you have the greatest day for your birthday, and I look forward to hanging out with you when my ass is back in Ontario. There's a good chance he's going to have to come up and see me because I'm not so sure I'm going to be allowed back in the States for the next 6 months because I blew out on my immigration application. Sick of waiting. Had to get back to Canada. Had to come to Berta. Had to help out my boy Lachlan Cross. There's the infamous wall of CDs. It's kind of weird being here. I'm usually seeing this, and Lachlan's sitting there. There he is. There's my boy. I got to meet him Saturday night. Like I said, he came over to Army Chris's house, and we had a great time. I shared a couple beers with him, and then he was off because he was leaving for Budapest the next morning. There's my boy Army Chris. Huge shout out to Army Chris for keeping in contact, making sure I was safe and getting here and everything, and also for picking me up at the airport and hosting me for the past 2 nights at his place. He fed me the most amazing Wagyu steak and Baja prawns there that you can see. That was to die for. He did it in something called a sous vide. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. I've never heard of the thing before. Anyways, it came out unbelievably. Melted in your mouth. The avocado in the rice was a nice touch. I don't do tomatoes; those are cherry tomatoes, not my jam. But anyways, fantastic stuff. And then we had I had the leftovers with some eggs in the morning, and then that was our Grey Cup feast last night. Unbelievable ribs, done 3 hours on the Traeger and then 2 hours in the oven, glazed in some Positive Mike's cranberry something beer that he's got. And then the drumsticks were done in the air fryer. And then we had this wicked macaroni and cheese, all these kind of chips and dips. And it was a fantastic time. He was a great host. Got up yesterday morning, no rest for the wicked. I was up Saturday morning at 4:30 in the morning. Sucked. The only time I'm happy to get up at 4:30 in the morning was to go play golf or actually go work at the golf course. And I know that sounds weird, but there was something magical about being on the golf course. It's still when it was dark, and then you get to see the sunrise. Oh man, some spectacular sunrises in my day. Anyways, 4:30 in the morning to get up and get on an airplane sucked. In this case, it kind of didn't because after all the bullshit I went through with WestJet, which was a complete nightmare. And you all know the story by now. WestJet sucks. They wouldn't let me on with my service dog, saying he's not a service dog. He's an emotional support animal because I said the word comfort. Well, fuck you, WestJet. You know what? So many people, they've lost so much business. It's unbelievable because of this. And it's because of all you guys and the support. Like, I cannot believe the amount of tweets that you guys hammered out to WestJet since this all shook down Thursday. Huge shout out to everybody that slammed WestJet and said they'll never fly them again. Air Canada to the rescue. As we know, I literally got to the airport within half an hour. It's usually an hour plus drive in LAX in LA traffic, but at 4:45 in the morning when you leave, there's not a car on the road. So we got right through and right through to the airport. Got there. Right up to the Air Canada counter. They were like, "Oh, hi, Mr. Bond. We're expecting you. Passport, please. Blah, blah, blah. The paperwork for the dog. Yep. Boom, boom. Here's your ticket, sir. Goodbye. God bless. Have a great flight home." I'm like, God, I love you guys. I really, really, really do. And thank you so much for being a wonderful airline. Anyways, right through to the gate. I just went right there and I was sitting down. It was so early and I'm like, probably going to have a nap. So like 2 hours still till the plane left still. And let's go for a walk. Tucker was a little antsy. I don't sit around. Well, I get ADHD out the ass. And so we're walking around, and then all of a sudden this restaurant bar was open, which wasn't when I passed by it. And I look over. There's a motherfucker drinking a Caesar, and his buddy's drinking a big old nice frosty pint. Of course, stupid brain here goes off. Bondzee, just one. It'd be fine. It's only 6:05 a.m. You'd be fine to have a cold beer. He's doing it. And his friend. Just go. So I did. Started off Saturday morning at LAX with a frosty pint. And it was delicious too. Got on the plane, and this is where things get weird. I get to the seat. There's this weird dude sitting there, and he's literally like holding on to the arms, like each armrest, and he's got this look on him, and he's looking down like this, but his eyes are up. I don't even know if I can do it like this, and he's just sitting there, and I was like, oh, what the fuck's up with this guy? Anyways, I get into my seat. We don't even speak. He saw that I was there, and he got up. In I went. Tucker laid down on the floor, and I'm sitting there, and I was like, kind of doing the old side peek over because this guy had my attention because he looked so scary. Looked like a fucking he was gonna snap at any minute. I don't know if he was on like a crazy edible that he took too much or he took too early. I really don't know. But I just this look of him holding on like a death grip on the armrest, and then this look. I was like, man, is it fucking tweaking or what? Anyways, then I look closer. His face is soaking wet, like soaking. There's no dripping. Like it wasn't like, I don't even know if it was sweat. I don't know if he used a wrong product, but it looked like his face was like an ice rink. It was all glassy and shiny, and it's like, what is up with this mofo? Anyways, he started like giving the old eye over to me, and he was like peering into what I was up to and watching on the old screen. Because we took off, I ordered coffee and a mini bottle of wine. You know, those little smaller ones. Anyways, yeah, it's 6:45 in the morning. It was allowed. And so I'm down the coffee, and I put on one of the most amazing movies I've ever seen. It was the new Ryan Reynolds with Samuel L. Jackson and Salma Hayek. And I guess it was a prequel to the first one that came out in 2017. I never even saw it before. The Hitman's Bodyguard. And now this was the wife's Hitman's Bodyguard. It was unbelievable. Funny, action-packed, Salma Hayek. Did she always have ginormous cans? Or did I miss something? Because in this movie, they were like big old airbags, like big old boobies. I was just blown away. Yeah, it's kind of creepy, but kind of not. I mean, she put them out there to see. They were awesome. Not going to lie. And she had the biggest trucker mouth in that movie. It was unreal. And of course, Samuel L. Jackson. That guy loves the word motherfucker. And he must have said it about 400 times. Anyways, I got these headphones are noise canceling, and I guess I was just laughing away. And the lady ahead of me is about, I guess I'm about halfway through the movie, and she gets up out of her seat, takes her seatbelt off, turns around, and she's like, excuse me, sir. And I take my headphones off. I'm like, yeah, can I help you? She's like, I need to know what movie you're watching because you haven't stopped laughing this whole time. And I'm like, oh, it's the wife's Hitman's Bodyguard. I'm telling you, folks, after this show, go watch it because it's awesome. I never stopped laughing the whole entire trip. Anyways, I don't think this lady who is probably in her early 70s is going to like the copious amounts of swearing in it. Salma Hayek's boobies are all over the place. They are just out there. And it was awesome. Ryan Reynolds is my hero. He's one of the greatest actors of all time. Funny dude. Anyways, highly go recommend the movie. Anyways, old creepo beside me is literally about 1 minute behind. He saw what I put on, so he fucking put it on. It's the weirdest thing. I saw him, kept like he creeped me out. Anyways, I never said a word to the guy the entire plane ride. And he was like, the second he could get up and bolt off that plane, he was gone. I wish I knew what was up with that character because I'd never seen anything like it. It was kind of weird, kind of funny, kind of scary for a second. I didn't know if he was going to snap or have a bad trip on these. It legit looked like he took edibles. I took some edibles once at a friend's house up north, and it was that same thing. I was just like, I felt like I was locked in the chair. I couldn't let go, and I didn't want to move for the sake of moving. I just couldn't. And anyways, that's what that cat seemed like. Anyways, fantastic flight. It was over like that. Get to Vancouver Airport. There's my boy Glassy waiting for me, a 6-pack. There's a sign. Welcome home from prison, Greg. Guy thinks he's funny. But it was awesome to see him. I've never met my boy before, and he's been working with me for quite a while now, and he does an amazing job, and it was awesome to get to see him. He's a tall motherfucker. I couldn't believe it. I had to look right up to him. Same thing when I got here to Edmonton. Lock makes me look like a goddamn midget. People are like, Bondzee, are you standing in a hole? Bondzee, are you on your knees? No, he's just a tall drink of water, too. So is Glassy. Anyways, it was amazing to meet Glassy. It was killed my 3.5 layover in Vancouver just like that. We smashed a 6-pack in the old parking lot of Vancouver Airport, the back of his truck there. Little tailgate party, if you will. And I really appreciate you doing that for me, Glassy. It was cool. And it was great to meet you. And then Yeah, what else? I can't keep him waiting any longer because he's patient and he's got things to do. All right. So I'm going to bring my guest on a little early. My boy here, Jamie Petrie. Love this guy. He was at the game, gibbled, by the way. And we'll play the videos. It's really funny because he's trying to give me the percentage of how gibbled he really is. And I knew like, okay, come on. We got to add some percentages to that because I can see the videos. Proof is in the pudding. Without further ado, here he is. Jamie, how the hell are you, buddy?
Good, brother. How you doing?
Well, I'm great. I wish I was having you on under better circumstances because I texted you yesterday. I was like, I know you're going to the game. Enjoy it. Have a great time. Please get me some footage of videos, photos. And you did. And it was awesome. And I said, it's going to be great to have you on and talk about Hamilton winning the Grey Cup.
Yeah, man.
I might have
should have been.
Should have been.
It should have been.
Unfortunately, Winnipeg won. So let's start at the beginning. You get there. What was the atmosphere like? It was a sold-out crowd, right?
Yeah, it was electric. It was like a big house party. It's the first Grey Cup I've ever been to, and one of the things that I loved is the uniqueness of the Canadian game. That it's everything that everybody said it was. Where there's people from Calgary, there's people from Saskatchewan. You're like, hey, what's up? Where you from? When'd you get in? Teasing the Saskatchewan people, saying, I thought you'd be in shorts and a t-shirt in this place. And so everyone was just super party atmosphere. It was so Canadian that way, where everyone was super welcoming and the odd little kind of fun dig at each other. But the place was packed. We got there a little later than I would have liked because the Trues were playing. Okay. And all week I was doing the math. I'm going, okay, well, the Trues are going on like somewhere between 1 and 4. And I'm like, dude, I can't get down there 1 o'clock. I won't make the game.
Yeah, you too gibbled.
I'll miss the freaking game. I'll be in bed by kickoff.
Yeah,
and waking up going, I missed the game. But so we thought we timed it pretty good, but we got down there just after the Trues finished, which was kind of a bummer because they'd done a pretty decent job. It looked like of all the pregame kind of parties and stuff like that. So we wandered around a bit, just kind of moved up towards our seats and I'm kind of not there with the vid too, with the really tight, busy crowds. I don't love having people all in my face and stuff, even though we're outside and all that. I know. Yeah. But so anyways, it was, the atmosphere was awesome. It was packed and it was just the anticipation and the excitement. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Staff did a great job. It was a bit slow going in, but dummy me didn't download my tickets ahead of time. Cause I've been to every game, even the Labor Day game was sold out, and I jump on the website and but I should have downloaded them because the site was so overwhelmed that it wouldn't load my tickets. So anyway,
damn.
But yeah, man, the atmosphere was awesome.
Somebody just asked Daniel Baker, if you don't mind, what did you pay for the tickets? Because I know we tried to get one of the co-hosts on Dean Blundell show, Ryan Lindley, a friend of mine who's a Hamiltonian and a big Ticats fan, and the cheapest tickets were like $500, Jamie.
Yeah, they got up there. Like we only paid $300 because we bought them like over a year ago. We bought them with our season's tickets.
Okay, yeah.
So it was a package deal. It was $300 was like no problem. I did have thoughts of, maybe if the Cats aren't in it, maybe we'll sell them and we'll just pay for next year's seasons. But just for the experience. Then we said no matter what, we're going. And then we were in it and was just, man, it was so exciting. But I heard they were getting pretty high up there price wise. Higher than I would have expected.
Which is too bad because I don't know if you've been watching the other games and even some of the Ticat games this year, the attendance was pretty low. And Edmonton had some embarrassing numbers, and the Argos. I went to some football games in California and that had more fans, high school games that had more fans in the stands than some CFL games this year, Jamie. And that's the truth. So it was kind of disappointing to see prices like that for a game that's struggling. Missed a year and stuff. Your thoughts on that?
Well, I guess it's what the market bears, right? Some of those stupid prices were actually resales. I don't think those were sales coming from the team. I don't think. I'd be surprised if they were, because I'll tell you, like I said, I've been season ticket holder since we moved to that stadium, and the staff is excellent. I find them really, really good to deal with, and I find them reasonable. With like what we paid this year for the whole season. It's a great seat where we're at. We're probably about 15-yard line, somewhere around there, just third row of the second level. So there's nobody in front of us. The view's awesome.
Wicked.
one quick set of stairs. That's what I was saying in one of my videos there. Like what we love about that spot is there's like never line up for a beer and never line up to go to the washroom. Yesterday was a little different story.
That was let's get into some of the footage that you sent me from the game so we can show everybody the fun you had. And speaking of that you said lineups for the bathroom were never a problem with your seats and stuff, but we got a funny video. All of a sudden it was a problem yesterday at the Grey Cup. Roll it, buddy.
Bondzee, the game's been awesome. I've been to every game this season except for one. And one of the things I love about our seats is that there's never a line for beer or to pee. But let me tell you, brother, at the 108 Grey Cup, peeing is a problem. The lineup is ridiculous. I'm looking for a pee place. I'm a pee tree, for God's sake. If I could find a tree, I would pee on it because the lineups are crazy. I feel like I'm in Buffalo, and it's nuts. Like I'm walking around trying to find a decent line. It's nuts. Anyways, cheers, brother. Cheers to all you and your viewers. Love you guys.
That's awesome, dude. That made me laugh this morning when I saw that. I'm a pea tree, so if I can find a tree, by golly, I can pee on the tree.
I would have been peeing on it. Buddy, it was like it was halftime. I mean, obviously at halftime, we're pros. Okay, like we know there's like 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. You go pee, you get your couple beers, and you either get back to your seat or you go where you're going because you know the lineup's about to get nuts. So it was like halftime the whole game with the lineups. Like there was 50 people outside of the washroom. It's like no, and we know all the tricks. Like you could slide into the family washroom once in a while, but those were even lined up 20 people deep. It was nuts. Damn. And that wasn't even like there wasn't even additional seating and stuff like that, right? So I guess there's just so many people that had broken the seal and were going so often.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I can.
Diaper next time, Jamie. Maybe.
Depends.
Yeah, nice one. So you're at the game. You get to your seats and stuff, and it must have been electric. I wasn't really too familiar with the opening acts of the show and stuff, but it was cool to see the jet fly by, and then I had a bunch of friends who said, it came so close to their house as well. So that must have been pretty special to see.
Yeah, it was. It made the hair stand up in your arms for sure. It was, the sound and that with the atmosphere was just like an adrenaline rush. It was awesome.
Amazing. Well, we got another video here to roll, and this is you. I think it's at the beginning of the game, if I'm not correct, right, Glassy? Roll it.
What's up, Bondzee? What's up, Bondzee? We're at the 108th Grey Cup. Let's go, baby. Pigskin Pete, baby. You know what time it is. Here we go. Oski Wee Wee. Oski Wawa. Holy Mackinac. Tigers. Eat 'em raw.
Dude, that is awesome. Pigskin Pete called me by my name. I can rest easy tonight now. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, man. I fond memories of the old Pigskin Pete.
Yeah,
so
it's a huge tradition, man. Huge tradition.
Sure is.
And now he's not. A lot of people think he's the third Pigskin, but there was actually one. So the one that we consider to be the original, I forget the gentleman's name.
I do too.
But balder guy with glasses. He was awesome. Yep. He was probably the longest running, but he actually wasn't the first one. There was one before him.
No way.
This is But so this is kind of our third of our lifetime. Of course, Dan was before this guy. I don't even know this Pigskin's name, but he's awesome too. And it was exciting. He does a great job. It was fun. I'm laughing at myself. I was that idiot with the mask not sitting right. I hate when people don't wear their mask right. That was exciting. What is he going to do?
Right.
What are we going to do?
Yeah, Kaylee asked, are the Tie-Cat games usually sold out for regular games? I can't answer that anymore. I haven't been in so long, but you guys do draw a pretty good crowd usually, right?
Yeah, not bad. And I found this year that the games were, I think there might have been a couple that were sold out, but there were still a lot of people weren't there. Like the stands were a lot emptier this year than they typically are. And a few years ago, it was packed, sold out every game. Like if we've got like 11 tickets between us, and if somebody wasn't going, we'd be like, we'll just sell the tickets. And you could stand up front and go like, hey, like, what do you give me? And they'll go, I'll give you $50 a ticket or $60. I think one time we got like $100 a ticket. Like people were buying tickets outside, and then we'd have beer money.
Yeah.
But it's been a while since we've done that. So it was fairly well attended this year, but not as much as years past.
Yeah, for sure. I miss going to the games. I got to
Oh,
get
man.
back one of these years. I haven't been around in so long, and when I was, there was no CFL that summer, last summer, so
Right. That's
I
right.
didn't
Yeah.
have the opportunity to go. But yeah, I
Uh,
do miss it there. I've never been to the new stadium yet at all.
what?
Yeah, I haven't,
Okay,
dude.
dude, you got to come. So you got to come here. And here's what we do. We always start at my place because, I live 2 minutes from Lime Ridge Mall. And
Yeah.
we tailgate at my place. I fire up the barbecue and we hang out in the backyard. And then we jump on the bus, which again, like hats off, high fives to whoever set this up with the city. I don't know if it was a city initiative or a TICAT initiative, whoever did it, but they've got shuttle buses run 2 hours before the game, every 15, 20 minutes for free from Lime Ridge Mall, drop you right at the front door of the stadium. So it's like if you were coming from elsewhere, you're better off just driving to Lime Ridge and
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
Driving to Lime Ridge and parking there and taking the shuttle down because you're there. Yeah, you bring in a couple of ginger ales
Of course. Of
in one
course,
of
the
these
ginger ale
bottles.
too. Yeah.
Hmm
I love it.
I found it. You can actually fit 2 full bottles of beer into this. I've heard. I
Wow.
don't know.
So you've heard. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, of course.
But yeah, so you got to come in. It's so much fun, and that's what we just love to do. Take the shuttle. There's another shuttle goes from University Plaza, and
Okay.
there's another one from Eastgate Square. So
Oh, nice. So they
super
got all
super
the angles
easy to
covered
get
pretty
there.
much. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great experience. They've really done a good job. You're going to love the stadium. Like it's not a whole ton of bells and whistles, but it's nice and it's great experience, man. I'd love it.
That's awesome. Well, hopefully we can get there
Yeah.
this summer together, and and we'll definitely be hooking up when I'm back in January.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
awesome.
beginning to mid-January, and I'll be on. Hamilton is probably my first stop to see my folks and stuff before
It better
my
be
car's.
Gregory. It
Yeah.
better be Gregory. You'll be
Yeah,
dead.
Gregory Scott, I best be bloody first on that list, or you'll cop it, my son.
You'll be getting a whooping.
Oh,
You don't
I
stop
sure
at
will.
mom and
Hey,
dad's.
listen, Sarge is still full of piss and vinegar. She can,
Yeah.
I'm sure she could still pull that slipper off as fast as she could back in the day.
I have no doubt. I wouldn't
Right?
cross her.
Oh, hell no. Listen, so first half, it was a little lackluster. Couple of lame field goals from Winnipeg. We were struggling to score. Our boy just didn't look the same behind
Yeah.
the quarterback, and then he got hurt. And it's funny how the roles reversed from last week against the Argos, where Mazzoli couldn't score to save his life. He eventually got yanked, and then we came back and won.
Yeah.
The other quarterback's name is escaping me. Right now. I feel
Dane
like
Evans.
Evans, thank you.
Yeah. And he was on fire last week. Like he was
Yeah,
perfect. He was 16 for 16. He
yeah.
was just like chomping at the bit. He just came in and just
He just,
bulldozed
yeah, he
and,
wasn't the
and
same.
killed
And
it.
then that injury, it looked harmless, but I
It
guess
was weird.
it's one of those things where you get. I could feel probably like know what happened, and where like you get your neck wrenched pretty quick, and that muscle, and you're just like it's locked there, and you can't move.
Yeah.
Looks like that's what happened.
I
But
think so. Yeah.
credit to Mazzoli for coming in. He gets yanked last week, and instead of sucking his thumb and going, "Oh, poor me," he came out and he kicked some ass, dude. We got a
Yeah. He
touchdown
looked good.
before the end of the half, which made it exciting. So we go to halftime with the lead, and then halftime, the Arkells. Tell me about that. You're a
Oh,
fan.
buddy. It was. I think it was the best CFL halftime show ever. I think it was better than a ton of the Super Bowl halftimes. It was incredible. Just something as little as they turned all the lights off in the stadium. Everybody had they had
Their
to
phones.
turn on the flashlight on your phones, and then the lighting on the stage was awesome. The sound was great. Like for I don't know how it sounded on the TV, obviously, but
Yeah.
for being a quick trying to set up a sound, they killed it. The sound was fantastic. They just put on an incredible show. They were just fantastic. They
Yeah, and
played with the Lumineers. Yeah, the
yeah, Lumineers
Lumineers.
showed up. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I kept questioning that because I was like, man, the show's not that long. Like, how are you gonna have another band? What are they gonna do, like 2 songs each? But
Yeah.
the Arkells played, and then they had like a stage, a separate kind of stage set up below the stage. So Max kind of ran down off the stage, joined them on the stage, sang with them. Then they sang a little bit on their own. Then boom, they were right into the next song. He ran up onto the main stage, and it was flawless. Like they must have rehearsed that show a long time because they
He
killed it.
Yeah, he said he did an interview during the game, which you wouldn't have been privy to see because you were there, obviously. And he got to like talk with the guys while they were calling the game, and he was like, "It's funny how it was like 200 plus practice hours and making it so tight knit." And he said it was over like that. He hadn't even really had a second to soak it in or anything. So yeah, they
Yeah.
definitely practiced their ass off, and you could tell it was tight and really well done. And we got some footage
Yeah.
for you. You got some great footage here, so let's roll some of those, Glassy. Thanks.
Getting ready for the Arkells, baby. Woo, look at this atmosphere, Bondzee. Hey, Bondzee. Update. I'm 44% in the bag.
I love it. Other videos too, where you give me the play-by-play, and you're like, "Okay, Bondzee, I'm at about a 36-40," and then later on in another video, you're like, "Well, I might have been lying a little bit. I think I was more at a 40-44 there."
Okay, I'll tell you. That was
Meanwhile, we're
bullshit.
well over the 50% ledge already.
That one was about 62. That was about 62, that one, because I don't remember saying you're taking that one. Because I guess I thought they were about to start because they hadn't even started yet. I should have taken more of while they're actually playing because it was
Yeah,
wicked.
and you did send me some, lest
Oh, that's
you
good.
think you didn't. But there's two more cool ones. One of them, including the ones where they turned all the lights out and the phones are going. Roll it, Glassy.
Nice.
Come on by at the dark.
Cool. Just such a cool scene. The
Yeah.
sound really well. I know the wind is there in your video, but on
Yeah.
TV, dude, it really did sound good too. They look good.
Yeah.
I'm not a massive Arkells fan, funny enough, but it was enjoyable to see them rock it at the show. And like I said, they did a great job. It was cool to see a little surprise show up by the Lumineers, and a really good halftime show. We got one more video. Glassy says this is the best one.
Oh, jeez.
Down my greatness and walk on the road. I'm walking through it. All above, I heard my sister say, "Oh, my sister's here now." Well, all above, keep on knocking and bring you out the gates. But
That's awesome, dude. I got goosebumps just seeing that video and knowing that the vibe and the electricity in that stadium. Wow.
Yeah, the dynamics was incredible. Like I said, even if you're, it was a ton of Facebook posts today, of course, and a lot of people saying it was horrible and stuff. I'm really surprised to hear that because even if you're not an Arkells fan, I think you had to really respect what a great show it was. But I guess if you're not into it, you don't like it. And but especially them being Hamilton guys too. And man, they represent us so well. They're so classy and just everything you want from a Canadian Hamiltonian band. Like they're just so down to earth and just the way they present themselves and with humility and they're the real deal, man. They're so good. It was a great show. It's too bad the sound sucked, but it was great.
Yeah, that's all good there. You can't fix the wind there. It's not like I sent you with professional equipment or anything, but yeah, the guys seemed really humble and cool. When I like I said, I don't know the Arkells that much. I listen to their songs here and there, but seeing him on that interview live during the game was really cool too. And he was just so humble and thankful, and it was pretty cool overall. Really was.
Yeah.
So the second half, man, what a second half. Pretty damn exciting compared to the first half, that's for sure.
It was awesome. Yeah, like you could almost see, I think both teams really had a lot of butterflies at the beginning. And, how can you not in a game like that? So I'd say probably half, 3/4 of the way through the first half, they were just starting to settle. And then the second half, they just came out and both teams were really fired up and playing well. I mean, I was at about the 65% by this point. So,
so
from what I remember, no. I was really proud of myself for the pace, man. Like I enjoyed the whole game. It was, I wouldn't change it. Like, sometimes you go to concerts and you're like, man, I don't remember encore enough. I had too
Right.
much.
Right.
I think I nailed it. I think I nailed it yesterday. I think I had as much as I had enough, but I didn't overdo it. So, but
How
the
much were
second
the
half
beers
was
there,
electric.
Jamie?
They're like 10.75, something like
Yeah.
that for a tall boy.
Yeah.
So
fair enough.
not great, but not horrible. And, my Kim's always like, I wouldn't pay that. There's no way. I'm like, I know. Every time I'm like, I'll have 2 beers. How much are beers? They're 10.75. That's outrageous. I'll have 2, please.
Yeah, right. I'm not
And then
coming
I'm
back to wait
again.
again in line. I'll take 2.
This is ridiculous. But
Did
anyways,
we
yeah,
sneak
your
any
question was
Mickeys in or anything like that, like the old days, or
no.
no?
No, I didn't do that. I fully
Atta-
supported the team.
attaboy.
They need our help right now, so I didn't
Yeah.
do that. I wouldn't say I've never done that, but
For sure.
I didn't sneak any. And plus, I was so bundled up that my
Was it cold?
my ski coat it was pretty cold just because you're sitting around in it, right? It was only
Yeah.
it was still +2, I think, or something like
Because
that.
that
but it
wind was
felt.
up pretty good.
Yeah, the wind was chilly. So
No
I had
doubt.
lots of layers on. Philosophy in that I'd rather be way warm. I was so comfy.
Yeah,
But my
cool.
ski jacket, which is normally baggy, was more like a tight shirt. So any bottles would have been pretty obvious.
Stood
right?
out
So,
pretty clear, yeah, for sure.
but yeah,
So
the
listen,
second half was great.
it really was super exciting. It was back and forth. We sort of dominated the third quarter, and then the fourth quarter was mostly Winnipeg, and then it came right down to the wire, dude. And they what did they do? They missed the field goal, or they punted or something, and Buddy takes a knee in the end zone to
Yeah,
give them a point when we're up by
we were up by 2, I think.
up by 2. So
Yeah, so we
give them,
basically
yeah,
let
we
them
were up
tie
by
the
2.
game.
That's right.
Yeah,
Oh.
I just don't get it.
Does anybody in that stadium, or did anybody in the stadium or today in Hamilton have an answer for why
No.
Buddy took a knee to give him that point?
No, and I texted Hideki and all those guys, all my football buddies. I'm like,
Yeah.
look, I know I'm a fat guy in the stands that's never played the game before, but what the hell was that? Like, I just don't get. There's rules of football that even just viewers know. It's like if the game's close or whatever, if you're on in the zone, you take the points. It's a huge
Yeah.
call to not kick a field goal when you have the opportunity, or to give up any points at all. And not only that, but it was like they weren't even that honest. Like I've seen before, where if you're kicking off, like if you were punting and they're too tight, you're worried about the block and the kick.
Yeah.
I would have got, because you don't want to block the kick and then recover and have a touchdown. Then you're giving up 7 points. So you take the knee and then whatever, you kick off again. But there was lots of room. So that was my special joke about the fat guy watching from the stands. But it's not like they were right on us. We could have easily got out to the 20-25 before they even connected with anybody. So you only get the ball, I think it's at the 35.
So
you
did
really
that guy
don't
get cut first thing this morning? Because if I was Bob Young, I would have cut him.
Well, yeah. I don't know. He did it so quickly though, Bondzee. I think that was the play. I feel like that was called in as a play. I almost feel like I got to blame the coaches on that one, because he didn't catch it and look around. He didn't. Sometimes they'll run around the end zone, and he just caught it and immediately dropped. So it was like they decided, let's keep the clock. Which to me they're saying, we're gonna let them tie it up. We're gonna trust our offense, and we're gonna march down, and we're gonna get points, and we're gonna.
And we did. And we did.
Yeah.
And Jamie, we should have had a touchdown. It was an amazing drive. I thought for sure we were going to. I thought for sure in those the first, second down we were going to get a touchdown, and we were so close. I thought the guy should have had it on the last down. He didn't. We go for the field goal. We get it. We tie it up. It's like, okay, well, shit. At least we drove the entire field. We got close enough that the wind wasn't a factor for the field goal, because a 40-yard field goal, even, which doesn't seem that crazy into that wind, it would have been like a 50, 60-yarder, So it was amazing. We marched down the field, we tied it, and then overtime, fucking Winnipeg with those coin tosses, and so they get the ball and they score.
Yeah,
and we just couldn't do the same, and we lost. It must have been devastating. What was the atmosphere like around? And that last drive must have been electric, and then overtime. Was it just all the wind sucked out of the sails when they scored, or how? Or were we still excited because we got the ball back? Walk me through that.
No, we were just stunned. Like it was so exciting, and the tension and the anticipation was crazy. Like you could just feel the energy. Everyone was so excited, and then when we lost the overtime, it was just stunned. It wasn't even like there wasn't booing, there wasn't It was
There's
the same
just
reaction when we
silence in
took
the
the lead.
crowd. Was it like
Yeah,
complete silence?
it was
Yeah,
dead silence.
I
Everyone
bet.
was just like, "You got to be kidding me! Like, no
Yeah.
way, this can't be happening."
Fuck.
It was a similar feeling to what year was it? 2017 when Speedy Banks caught the ball and ran all the way.
Yeah.
The very last play of the game, got a touchdown, then we got a penalty, got called back, and we lost the game. We thought we'd won the game, where
Right.
you're here, you're there. I mean, and then you're right back down again. It was just stunning. It was heartbreaking, but once you kind of digest it, it was a great game. It sucked to lose it. Like, there was just so much. You know me, I'm a sentimental guy,
Yeah.
and stuff matters to me. Like, I don't know if you know this, but the only other time in history that the Grey Cup was ever played in the month of December, 1972,
No way.
in Hamilton. That's the last time that Hamilton has been in the Cup at home, was 1972. Because the last time we had the Cup here was 86, but we weren't in it. That was
Right.
when Doug Flutie and the Argos won it. And so we're going, holy man. Well, and then the third factor is, who is such a absolute one of the best players of the CFL of all time. Our Hamilton hero, Ange Mosca, was that 72 team. We just lost Ange
Yeah.
a couple months ago. So it's
Passed
like,
away,
okay,
yeah.
come on. It's
Yeah.
in our hometown. We're
Everything's
going in
lining
as
up.
underdogs. It was just like, it had the storybook for just to be the most unbelievable. It's like a movie
Yeah.
kind of,
Yeah.
and to be able to see like Ange's family to have experienced that would have been unreal. And just for the fans too, like, everybody
Yeah.
says they have the best fans, but Hamilton fans, they live and die that team. They love that
Yeah.
team. And so it would have been so special. But you know what? It was a great game.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I hate to even admit to this, but going into the game, I was like, yeah, let's go. But deep down, I'm going, we're going to get our asses handed to us. They're going to kill us.
And
I
we really
thought,
didn't. I thought we
No, we played
outplayed them a
great.
lot of the game.
Absolutely.
First quarter, not so much. Second quarter, not so much either. But towards the end, we did. And then the third quarter, we dominated. So it really was a lot closer game than I think people expected. And it was a fantastic finish, because I know the first half,
Yeah.
a lot of people on the phones and stuff, and the people I were with, they're like, "Oh, this is the worst fucking game ever. CFL sucks." And then that's the CFL though, and then poof, it can
How
just
can
turn
you
into
watch
the
that
most
game and not
exciting
like
shit.
it?
Yeah,
I
right.
just don't get it. Like, I don't get how football fans, like people that love the NFL, can't watch that game and go, you know what? I get it. That's exciting.
Yeah,
That's super exciting football. And it's funny because, like, I preach all the time. I was laughing with our boss at work that he's not a CFL guy, and I was like, I love it. He goes, what do you love about the game? I'm like, it's just exciting, and it's never over till it's over. And then he
Yeah.
really laughed at me because I said, the one thing that I wish the NFL had is the Rouge, because I love the strategy that you don't just have to stop the team from scoring. You got to stop them from getting close enough. Like, you don't let them in past your 40, or they're punting into your end zone. They're getting a Rouge.
Yeah.
And he laughed. He says, you're spoken like a true CFL fan. But one of the things about the core of the game that I love is what bit us in the ass and what lost us the game, quite frankly, right?
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
And
But
so
it was
you
good.
mentioned Hudecki, Ryan Hudecki earlier. I love the guy. He's an
Yeah.
amazing football player back in his day, for sure. And I tried to get him on with you tonight because we're all childhood pals. And
Yeah.
he's like, Bondzee, I would love to. I'm super busy tonight. He's got like 18 kids, right? So he's always running around everywhere.
That he knows of.
Yeah. But then he's like, you also don't want to see a grown man cry. And that guy is as passionate as you, and he played the game. And yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just it was
Yeah.
funny to get that text. It's, oh, you don't want to see me cry on your show, Bondzee.
It probably would happen. That guy's, you think, you call me a big fan. He's 10 levels above me because
Come on.
he got a sniff. I think he came pretty close to playing, actually.
He did,
Nickel
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Right? Nickel did play for the Cats for a while there, which was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's
Definitely.
a busy dude.
So was it like when you're walking out of the stadium, before I let you go, is it just like heads down and people are like,
Pretty much.
or was it like people are kind of like, hey man, we did good. Like we literally almost won the game in the last seconds and we didn't, but was it just sad?
Yeah, somewhere in between those two. It was just like, it was still stunned and still just heartbroken and still a little bit of, man, that was a great game. It was a great day.
Right on. Glassy wanted to come on and ask you a question about.
No. I don't have a question. I had a fun fact.
Sorry.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
You were doing numbers. Would you say 1971 or two Hamilton?
72 in Hamilton.
Yesterday, Christian Jack.
This is so stupid. I don't know why.
It's not stupid. Beaten by Winnipeg's 33 on a day when Hamilton was beaten by Verstappen's 33 in Formula One.
I don't know. Good for you.
Okay, fine.
Way to fucking halt the show there, but it's awesome. So glad I agreed to that.
Just like you do with CFL talk.
Yeah. There was another video. I thought it's funny because
I know he's got one more ready to roll. We're gonna roll it right now. You got it, Glassy?
Okay.
Steve. This is our game. Tied it up. Going into overtime. Oh my God, my nerves can't take this. Here we go. Those rims can. Yeah. Let's go, Ticats.
Awesome, dude. Yeah, and you don't look gibbled at all. That's good.
No, I know, not at all. I was sure I didn't when leaving. I was like walking out, and I was like, Bondzee, we're heartbroken. It was a great game, and so I don't know where that video went. Sorry.
Yeah, that's too bad. You never. Well, maybe you filmed it and you forgot to hit record. Yeah.
I'm sure that's what happened. Is I probably was just picked up my phone and started talking to it like it's a walkie-talkie.
Right.
Like we're on Star Trek. Bondzee,
tears
flowing.
You couldn't see through the tears.
Yeah, I didn't cry. It wasn't that bad.
Attaboy.
It's pretty heartbroken, but it was great, man. You know, it was great for the city. I think it showed the city really well. People were classy. There was no fights. There were no idiots. You know, I love the Hammer, but like everybody, we don't have as many idiots as people think we do, but we've got our share. We definitely have our share.
Yeah.
And
well, so it's good to hear that there was no violence or craziness after because they lost or whatever. So that's really cool because we do kind of have a bad rap here and there.
Yeah, no, it was awesome party atmosphere. It was like I keep saying, man, it was super Canadian. Like you'd be pretty hard pressed. We were laughing about this pregame, saying that you would never have an NFL. And this is no slight. This is just reality. At a Super Bowl, can you imagine? Like thousands of people coming from every different NFL team and putting like Pittsburgh and Philadelphia fans together. What's that going to last? 11 seconds and it'll be blood everywhere. They'd be killing each other. They were not going to be drinking beer and high-fiving and making fun of each other. And you know, everybody, good luck. Like it was so Canadian, man, like high-fiving. Hey, how's it going? Cool. Did you get in? You know, do you live in the Peg? And I was there before. And everyone's just like.
A lot of Peg fans
friendly.
There, Jamie?
There were quite a few, yeah. There were quite a few, a lot of Saskatchewan fans. But funny, like when you see the game though, and you look around the stadium, I was proud. There was a shit ton of Ticats jerseys. Like it was all black.
Really?
So the other fans really just kind of mingled in, but it was
right.
Yeah, there was a lot of Winnipeg, a lot of Saskatchewan, quite a few Calgary, a couple Toronto. We're like even the Toronto.
That's all that's left, isn't there? A couple Toronto Argo fans.
Hopefully, there's lots, man. I never want that rivalry to go away. And I'm Holland. I actually didn't get the chance to ask some of the other fans to be like, "Do you howl at us that we're playing Winnipeg and there's still like people chanting Argo suck, Argo suck every game? They're chanting Argo suck," and I'm like, do they think we're nuts? They're probably sitting there going, you know, you're playing Winnipeg, right?
Right.
But
it's just in our DNA to chant Argo suck at every single game. I miss going to the old Ticat games back in the day. My claim to fame of Ticats, you remember Dave Hunt, of course.
Yeah.
Dave Hunt and I used to go to a lot of games, and one time we waited afterwards to meet some of the players, which you did. Back then, it was the old autograph days. This is long before cell phones or anything. And we were getting ready to head out and get the old bus. I think we had to get the Barton bus first, which is always a treat. Right? Yeah. And then I don't even remember how it happened, but we ended up getting a ride home from a Hamilton Tiger Cat cheerleader back when we were in high school, me and Dave Hunt. Wow. Claim to fame. I think we were in grade 9 or 10, and this smoking hot cheerleader drove us home.
Wow. And you were hoping that was going to turn into a She Touched Me Inappropriately story.
I was hoping so, but we didn't even have cell phones back then, like I said. And I was hoping to get the rotary digits. I would have got on Penny's old Sarge's old rotary phone there and called her up, you know, but wasn't meant to be.
From a payphone.
Yeah.
He would have called
Well,
her
I
up
would
from
have
the
had to leave.
payphone.
I don't want, Sarge was always picking up the phone. You know how the mums did that secretly
Yeah.
back in the day? They'd kind of like pick it up and then hold the phone. So that and you always heard it. Like I was
Yeah,
like, Mom, can you please hang up the phone?
I
Oh,
love it.
shit. Well, Jamie,
Yeah.
it was an awesome time there. Your videos were awesome. The pics were awesome that you sent me. Thank you for doing that. I love
Thanks,
these
buddy.
pictures. I love the glasses, and you were making fun of yourself in some of the other videos too. But
I was squinting.
listen, I'm
Otherwise, I
glad you had a
can't
great
read.
time. What's that?
Yeah, it was awesome. I can't read the side. I can't read the numbers if I don't have my glasses on. I see
Is that right?
And they're
Yeah.
not even that much of a prescription. They make a big difference, though. So
Yeah, I'm the nearsighted guy. I need these to see the comments, not so much the big stuff, but
yeah,
I can't look down the room right now. Everything's just completely fuzzy if it's not like small writing. But yeah, listen, I'm glad you had a great time. The outcome sucked, but there's always next year. We got a good squad. Is Banksy coming back, or is he going to retire?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I hope he comes back. He still
I
looks
really hope
good
so
out
too.
there.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, I think he's got a year or two left. I'm hoping that he might even say, "Look, I'm taking one more run at the 2023 Cup.
Yeah.
Hopefully we win that one in 2023, but we'll see." There's a lot of questions. There's a lot of players that are free agents. There's a huge gap and a huge question mark around the whole team right now. So
really,
it'll be very interesting to see what happens.
Where's the Grey Cup next year, Jamie? Do you know, in 2022?
Saskatchewan.
And then is it back in Hamilton? Am I correct with that?
You are correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Another super classy move. Sorry to keep you longer than I should, but
no worries.
Super classy move by the Board of Governors. They unanimously, just pretty much without Hamilton even asked for it, said, "Look, we're giving the game back to Hamilton because 90% of the plans that the team had, they couldn't execute because there was not enough notice that they were actually getting the game." So, which again, speaking of that, they did a great job, but they had grandiose plans for the game and they couldn't execute it because they didn't have enough notice. So they said it's only fair. Let's give them the 2023 as well, which is
cool.
Awesome. Yeah.
Well, let's hope the Ticats get back there and we can finally get a W for Bob Young, who deserves it. I mean, that guy is just been a savior for the Ticats, right?
100%.
Felt so bad for him yesterday.
Yeah, he deserves it so much, man. That guy's awesome.
Yeah.
So,
God bless you, Jamie. Thanks for joining me.
Brother.
One of the best Hamiltonians I know. Dude, you're the best. Your dad had the greatest fish and chip shop in Hamilton. My parents still to this day talk about it. They loved going there. And it's been amazing to be your friend all these years. And I really, really look forward to seeing you when I get back, pal.
Right back at you, brother. Bring some of that Bondzee scheme with you. And
I
look forward to tilting a bunch of those when you're back in January. And yeah, I miss you. Can't wait to see you back.
Thank you, bud. I miss you too.
Love
Take care. Thanks for joining me. Love you. All right. Jamie Petrie, everybody. I'm telling you, that guy is nothing but class. Was in the radio industry for, in sales and stuff for 20-some years. And he's an amazing musician in his own right. He's pretty humble about that. He thinks he sucks, but he doesn't. He's in a great band called Crank. Go check them out on Facebook and everything. Support them. And if you're in the Hamilton area and stuff, they're always playing live shows. Jamie does a bunch of solo shows, or like if they can't get the whole band together, they might get two of them and do an acoustic little set. So go check them out. It's Jamie Petrie, folks. Great guy and one of my best friends in the world. All right. Let's get back to the show where we were at, because I was on a roll, but I didn't want to keep Brian. I didn't want to keep. I just saw my Ryan Reynolds notes. There's my boy Locke. We drove him to the. Oh, that's where I was at. So there was no rest for the wicked. So up on Saturday at 4:30 in the morning, and then no sleeping in Sunday because the F1 race was on. Now, I had to take Lachlan and his lovely wife to the airport yesterday morning. We had to be, so that possibly right there, folks, could be the last time we ever see Lachlan cross from 95.7 Cruise FM here in Edmonton. I might get this house because, if he doesn't come back from Budapest, I don't know if is it scary over in Budapest and stuff? I never been. Anyways, that was the last picture I got of him before he went. He's never been to Europe. He's all excited to try all their beers and stuff. I saw he sent me a picture this morning, and it is all. He's a big Bud Light drinker, and for some crazy reason they don't have Bud Light in Budapest. So he had these like 8 different beers all lined up, and he's like, "Oh, I guess I'll have to try one of each of them." Anyways, I wish him a great trip. It was awesome. So it was Sunday morning. I get up. It's like 7:00, and I've already missed half the race. Because I didn't know it started that early. When I looked on my phone, I thought the F1 race started at 8:00 our time. and they were racing over in Abu Dhabi. I'm a huge F1 guy now. I never was for the longest time. When I was a kid, I was with my grandpa in England, and then wasn't forever. A bit of Schumacher fan for a little bit here and there, but then all of a sudden I watched the Netflix series, and I'm telling you, folks, I don't care if you're male, female, transgender. I don't care. You will fall in love with F1 once you watch this series. It's amazing. It's like fully behind the scenes. You're like right there with them at every race. You're on the car. You're in the car. You just feel it. Anyways, it made me fall in love with F1 again and what's going on there and stuff with it. Because it's been dominated for like 7 or 8 years by fucking Lewis Hamilton, who I love Lewis. I think he's an amazing driver. It's been fun watching him. Hasn't been fun watching him win every single week, and he wins every single championship. Kind of boring, but still exciting because I know all the behind the scenes stuff, and I enjoyed watching it for the past few years. Then all of a sudden, Verstappen. I knew he was up and coming, and I knew he was going to be good. What a year this guy had. If you guys aren't following along F1, you got to check it out. Verstappen, youngest driver to ever win F1. He broke so many records. Anyways, he challenged Lewis Hamilton all year. His Red Bull racing team did an amazing job with his car, and the kid has got balls of steel. I think he's got 5 balls, 2 more than me, because or they're just 2 of the biggest balls that I've ever seen, because the amount of guts and stuff he has out on that track, he's fearless. Lewis Hamilton called him reckless and dangerous and crazy, maybe a little bit, but still, got to be aggressive. You got to want it. You got to. I've got no problem with the way Verstappen drives. Lewis has been pretty aggressive in his days too. You don't get to be the best by fucking lollygagging out there and not having the huge balls that it takes. Anyways, fantastic race. I get up. Lewis Hamilton, there's 20 laps left, 25 laps. Lewis Hamilton's got a 14-second lead. Now we're down to 10 laps to go. I got growth on my hair. I got to shave my head. I got to shave. Got to shower. It'd been a long couple days of traveling. I'm like, I got to get in the shower soon. And we had to be at locks within like half an hour. So I'm like, fuck, this race is over. There's 10 laps. Verstappen is behind by 13 seconds. He only made up a second. And there's 10 laps to go. And literally, as I was going up the stairs, they're interviewing Verstappen's coach, the head leader of the team. And he's like, literally, to the F1 announcers, he's like, we need a miracle here. And I'm like, fuck. Verstappen's going to lose. Schumacher. Lewis Hamilton wins again. It's over. So I go upstairs. I shower. Quick shower, shave my head, come back downstairs. I come right back down the stairs right when Verstappen crosses the finish line. I'm like, what? It's big all letters. Verstappen wins. Verstappen wins. I'm like, what did I just do? What did I just do? I fucking waited all week for that race. I watched the last one with my son, Ty. I got him into the F1 because we watched the race in Saudi Arabia last weekend, Sunday. It was awesome. I can't believe it. I didn't see it coming. Anyways, I'm so stupid. I finally got to see it in the replays and stuff, but I can't believe I missed it. Final, I guess there was a bit of controversy for those who don't really know or watch it and are bored of shit, but I'll get off this in a second. Verstappen, no. So Verstappen's behind by 13 seconds, like I said. That's a huge gap. He says Lewis Hamilton's car was too fast. All of a sudden, huge car crash. Huge, where they have to red flag it, and the car's got to come in. So Verstappen gets brand new tires put on. Lewis opts not to. For whatever reason, I don't know. Like I said, I missed it. I was fucking showering, scrub my balls and my armpits. Anyways, I come back down. Verstappen wins. I'm like, how did I miss this? Turns out there's an accident. They restart the race. 1 lap to go. And Verstappen, doesn't he take this aggressive line, overtakes fucking Lewis Hamilton. And the 2 announcers, I don't know if you ever watched them, but they're the greatest. They just get so excited. Oh, my God. Verstappen has done it. He's overtaken Lewis Hamilton. Can you believe it? And they're both huge Lewis Hamilton guys. Well, listen, some people, I saw Positive Mike said Max got handed that race. I disagree. Wholeheartedly. Verstappen has put up with so much shit. He got 2 bullshit penalties last week in Saudi Arabia. He's always getting these controversial shit that Lewis doesn't get because he's Lewis Hamilton. Mr. Fancy Pants. He's fucking won the last 8 years in a row. Like, give me a break. Anyways. Finally, something went. Here's where he overtakes him. Great job by Glassy here. This is fantastic, folks. Watch this. Like he had to take that inside aggressive line, and man, it was close. Lewis Hamilton almost rubbed him out, and it was so close. The rivalry that these two have, they hate each other. It's a little dodgy, the video, no? Or is it just on my end? Anyways, yeah, there. Positive Mike says, hold on, Bondzee, you're missing the 5-lap cars that were moved out of the way prior to the restart. I understand that. Now, I'm not 100% fully down with all the rules of F1, and there's a lot. And from watching it this past year, there's a lot of finite stuff that goes on behind the scenes. You get a 5-second flag here, or a penalty here, 5 seconds here, or you can't do this, you can't do that. Anyways, they did appeal the race. Mercedes appealed right after. They said Max had 2 violations. One, he passed Lewis Hamilton with the pace car out. He didn't pass him. He kind of nudged up right beside him. His front wheels might have just went ahead of Lewis Hamilton's, but the car didn't. And again, I don't know all the rules. And then they said it was a legal pass. And then the 5-car thing, listen, Mike, I don't have the answer for that. I think F1 makes up some of the rules as they go along. And listen, it's not bad for the sport. I think it was amazing for the sport to see Verstappen finally beat Lewis Hamilton. People are sick and tired. Here we go. Lewis Hamilton had the shittier tires. They were worn out. And Max Verstappen, you can see them. They're fresh as daisies. He had a much better grip, way faster. And it was amazing how he overtook Lewis Hamilton on the last lap and crossed the finish line to win his first ever F1 title. It was exciting shit. Anyways, fantastic weekend of sports. The Bills blew it against the Buccaneers. They were down a ton of points. Come back. We had it on the split screen watching. I think that was on at the same time as the Ticats game. And anyways, Buffalo Bills failed to pull off a win. Tom Brady, as always, wins in overtime. Tom being Tom, I guess. My Packers kicked the shit out of the Chicago Bears. Aaron Rodgers just looks amazing. He really does. Guy's got a broken toe, for Christ's sake. Still out there looking like a superstar. Glassy, do you got that picture with the doppelgangers? I put it in the system myself. I know it's there. I'm going to find it. Right. That one. Okay, leave that up for a sec. This is unbelievable, folks. So the guy on the left, top left, doppelganger of Aaron Rodgers, like legit. I thought it was his twin brother. I'm like, I didn't know he had a twin. He also looks like what's that actor? Jared Leto. He kind of looks like Jared Leto and Aaron Rodgers. Anyways, they had him on the camera, and Buddy was like soaking it all in. Like that guy could legit go anywhere and pull off a pass for Aaron Rodgers or Jared Leto for that matter. And then on the bottom, I love it. That is an uncanny resemblance too. For those of you who don't know, that's Bill Burr on the right, one of the greatest comedians, my favorite comedian of all time. I have no idea who the Texan player is, but God damn it if he doesn't look like Bill Burr. Anyways, both of those came up yesterday on the TV, and I was like, holy shit. That guy, that's Aaron Rodgers' doppelganger and Bill Burr's doppelganger. It's crazy. Great day of football yesterday. So much great sports. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention some of the UFC fights Saturday night. Oh, did you guys watch any of that? There was like 15 or 16 fights on the card. It started pretty early. I can't say I watched them all, but we had it on. But there was a lot of beer, garage beers, wine for me, and Army Chris was on the pints, and a lot of weed smoked in the garage. But I'm telling you, some of those fights, the main events were awesome. Started with Sean O'Malley. I love that guy. My kids love him. He's undefeated, I think, and he's gonna be one of the greatest. He'll be right up there with the Conor McGregors of that extra entertainment value that these fellas bring to the UFC. You know what I mean? Tamara with the cheese head signs. Nice. Love it. Anyways, folks, I don't know if you saw it was the second to last fight. Nunes against you'd think I'd write this down, but I forgot because I was like, I'll remember. Anyways, I was stunned. The champion, Nunes, she's kick ass.
Pelez is who you're looking for.
Thank you. A good fighter in her own right, but she's not Nunes. And this Nunes broad, I don't know if you watched the fights, but they showed her walking in, and she had her little girl with her and her wife. and they got the little girl, and they're both hand in hand. And Nunes is just like, she was like built like a brick shithouse. It scares me, like legit. Anyways, she comes out. I thought she was absolutely going to dust the other lady, and the first round she did. I said to Army Chris, I said that other girl doesn't even. What's her name again? Polaris, Pomponis, something. Come back on and tell me. Pelez. I don't know why I can't remember that. Pelez. Anyways, Pelez got her ass kicked in the first round. She had no right being in that ring, and I was like, why did she even give her a chance? Like she doesn't even belong there. She got knocked down twice, and she was like a fish out of water, flopping around, kicking her legs. She didn't even want to like box or anything. And I'm like, get the fuck up and fight. Anyway, she must have heard me, because the second round, she made it through the first somehow. Second round, she's just like, fuck this. I'm going toe to toe. And it was probably one of the greatest sporting moments I've ever seen. And, not even just UFC. I don't know if you saw Joe Rogan. He absolutely lost his shit. These two stood there toe to toe for most of the second round and just punched the absolute shit out of each other. It was unbelievable. But this Pelez broad, she just wasn't backing down. It's complete. I don't know what happened to her. From first round to second round, it was a completely different person. She came out in that second round and said, I'm not losing this fight. And she stood toe to toe and boxed Nunes till the death. Then it literally, she landed so many lefts and rights. It was unbelievable. Stunned Nunes. Finally, she gets her in down to the ground. 5 seconds later, rear naked chokehold. Fight over. Nunes is blown away. Joe Rogan nearly had a coronary. I was freaking out. If you put $100 on that Pelez to win, it was like $3,000 or $4,000 payout. $100. Anyways, fantastic fight. And then round
two.
This is unreal.
Oh, Nunes jabs.
I can't believe how they just stood there.
Oh my goodness.
Juliana Pena is making this a war, and
She's doing exactly what she said she was going to do. She said she was going to go out there and take the fight to Amanda Nunes. Her corner wants her to pressure. Oh my goodness. The jab is just touching it. Oh my God.
Nunes retreats.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Nunes is exhausted. She's exhausted. Amanda's tired.
she's exhausted and she's hurt.
Big deep breaths from Nunes. Tried out by Pena.
And it was
And
over.
Pena to the back.
Juliana's got it down. She's got to choke her. She's got to choke her. She's got to choke her. She's got to choke her.
She has beaten Amanda Nunes.
I wish I could Joe Rogan. That guy was absolutely freaking out. What an amazing fight. The next one didn't suck either. We had Poirier versus oh my God, Bondzee. Seriously right now? I gotta scroll. I wasn't even using my notes tonight. Sorry?
Sugar.
No, it wasn't Sugar, you numbskull. That was the first main card fight. It was Poirier against
You sent me Sugar.
No, Sugar was the first fight in the main card. Anybody else out there in the land? No, Poirier fought. Anyways, they went toe to toe in the first round, and Poirier actually had the better of him. But the other guy, I can't remember his name. Let me fire through the notes here. Oh, fuck it. Anyways, doesn't matter. He landed some devastating knees to Poirier's midsection during the first round, even though he got his ass sort of kicked. And then when the second round started, Poirier was not the same guy. He
Oliveira.
That's it. Thank you very much. Oliveira. I should have known that because my buddy's Oliveira back in Hamilton. Another good old Hamilton boy. Anyways, Oliveira come out and he started to attack. I think he kind of could tell or sense that he had hurt Poirier in the first round. I swear to God, he had a cracked or broken rib because Poirier came out and was not the Poirier that we've seen fight in the past. Anyways, he just wasn't. He couldn't move. He had no mobility. Anyways, he got his ass kicked and lost the belt. Great fights. It was a great time at Army Chris's on the weekend. Can't thank him enough for his hospitality. The sports were incredible. Got to meet so many new people. Finally got to meet The Lock. Finally got to meet Glassy. And of course, Positive Mike and his wife. And so many more people to come on this trip while I'm here in Edmonton, Alberta. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to getting back to Ontario, too, in the new year. And we'll see what happens. anyways, looking forward to this week here. We got to go to the vet for Tucker. He's got this growth came back on his foot. I got to get my ass to the doctors, and then Bondzee Live. We'll be going on tour of Ontario, tripping with Bondzee. We're gonna get in the old Chrysler 300, my awesome car that's sitting at my parents' house, and we're gonna tour Ontario. So if you want to stop, if you want a live show from your house, if you want a house guest for a night or two, hit me up and we'll do a live show from your house and I'll come and say hi. How about that? We've already got, probably at least 7 or 8 stops already in different spots around Ontario. And let's get a whole lot more. I'd be happy to come and hang out with you and we'll do a show and we'll have some drinks or we'll smoke some weed and be fun times. All right. Hit me up if you want me there. So much more to come too. February, we're off to BC. Is going to be an awesome tour. Marrying some great friends of mine, and then we're going skiing with Mercedes Nickel. That's going to be really cool up in Whistler. Never been, so hopefully that all pans out. And then, like I said, off to Guatemala for a week. My buddy's camp. He's got an amazing. What do you call it? He calls it a camp, but it's he's got like casitas everywhere, cabins, and it's all up in the mountains and beautiful scenery. And then hopefully we'll skip down to Nicaragua and see some friends and say hi real quick too, and round out the winter. So hopefully we'll only have maybe a little bit of December and then January in Ontario, and then off to BC February, and then off to the sunny south again. So we'll see what happens. You guys are the best. Thanks so much for sticking around for an hour and 11 minutes. Hope you enjoyed the show. It's so nice to be back in Canada. It really is. Can't thank Positive Mike's Brewing for my brand new T-shirt and brand new beer named after Bondzee. It's the Bondzee scheme, folks.
Love it.
Go get a shirt. You're gonna want the beer. Mango habanero, dude. I can't wait. I think he said it's going to take another week or so before I can crack that one. But he did bring me over a couple samplers of some of the other ones that he's made. And I'm looking forward to just, trying one a day and stuff. Like I said, I'm still trying to stay off the booze. Lachlan, my boy, here's got an elliptical. And he's got a rowing machine, the HydroFlow rowing machine. So those are kick-ass. I'm looking forward to getting on that every day.
There's a hat involved, apparently? Is there a hat involved?
There is a hat. I got a hat. I also got a beer mug as well, all with the Positive Mike's logo. Yeah, I'm not a hat guy on the show. I should have brought it down to even show it off. I left it upstairs or I would have shown it. Next show. Glassy, great job tonight with the videos and the pictures.
You don't want to run through the burnt pie? That was actually a pretty funny one.
This is actually, we should, because this got sent to me today by my buddy, an old boss of mine, the best boss I've ever had. In fact, he was, I own my own painting business for like 15 years at this point, and then I got divorced and I went and sold cars for 2 or 3 years. Yep. And he was my boss, even though like car salesman, he kind of got the run, come and go, but for lack of a better term, he's my boss and turned out to be a great friend. And he sent me these and this thing today, and I laughed my ass off.
What's the perfect torching of on the internet? If you're gonna put something on the internet, torch it.
Big shout out to Josh for sending me this. This is funny shit, folks. So a woman named Sharon Weiss baked a pie from the Marie calendar, and she burnt it to a crisp. Now, when I say burnt, that's an understatement. She shared a picture of it and actually had the audacity to complain to Marie Calendar MC that they, not her, because she can't cook worth a shit, MC ruined her Thanksgiving dessert. I almost called it desert. And then, of course, the internet did its job.
So here's the pie.
There's the pie. And Sharon Weiss, probably big old fat moo that just, could you imagine? He's probably having a epileptic fit right now seeing that. Anyways, she shouts out, "Thanks, Marie Calendar, for ruining Thanksgiving dessert." Now, I'm not sure, but Marie Calendar wasn't there cooking this pie for her. They just made it, and all this fucking cow had to do, Sharon Weiss, was put it in the oven and take it out probably, what's a pie take, Classy, an hour? 45 minutes? Sure. Yeah, anyways, the internet wins on this one. Check some of these out.
Oh, Lord, this was a good one. You've added too much.
Yeah,
gross negligence. This is so good not to.
These only get better, folks. Roll the other one.
Oh, Lord. Never gonna take it
out. Never gonna blame myself. Sharon, you suck at cooking pies.
This was a good one. Sharon opening the oven to check on the pie that she put in the day before. Oh boy.
I think it's done.
The internet's brutal.
Well,
this was good. Thanks, Marie Callender's.
Yeah, it's all their fault.
If Army Chris is still watching, there you go. There's rare, medium, medium well. Well done, Sharon Weiss.
And then the Sharon Weiss. That's my new favorite thing is if you burn something, it's, I fucking Sharon Weissed it.
Yep.
This is funny. For those of you who know, that's old tan mom back in the day. But that's Sharon Weiss after going suntanning because she just didn't know when to stop or take
brutal.
The pie out.
That's so brutal. Got this one. Trying to put how long to calculate to put the pie in for. I don't know.
She must have been right confused.
This one gets beat up a lot.
Oh, dude,
Betty's
this is
thinking
fantastic.
about other women. Is she ever going to pull that pie out of the oven?
I love it.
Oh, or draw 25 if you play Uno.
Or you could take the pie out instead of letting it burn to a crisp. But no, Sharon Weiss is going to take the 25.
Yeah.
Man, did she ever get hammered? Baking Bad. That's awesome. That's a good one.
That's a good one. There's also this one. How long have you had the pie in the oven? It's been 84 years.
Poor Sharon Weiss. I bet she regrets putting that up on the fucking Facebook, eh?
And everybody hates a Google identifier. Select all squares that are Marie Callender's fault. Not that one. No.
Awesome.
And to leave us last.
Of course.
But it took
that cat.
When the timer
it's a smoke
went
alarm,
off.
you stupid bitch.
That was
Sharon.
a smoke alarm, you dumbass.
Those cat memes are the greatest, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. Hey, how about those Montreal Canadiens? $3 shampoo and body wash. Now you can smell like a loser, too.
You got to send me that right after the show. I got some Montreal boys. I got to send that to Toot Sweet.
Canucks are 4-0, by the way. 4-0.
Oh, ever since you fired your coach, you were undefeated?
100%. 4-0. We just brought in Jim Rutherford today.
Oh, wow.
I think
in what role?
On director of hockey ops.
Okay. Yeah, and the Oilers here in Edmonton, where I am currently holed up, is 4 losses in a row.
Yeah.
I'm trying it. It's not carved in stone yet, but the Toronto Maple Leafs are in town tomorrow night, and I'm trying to weigh out the responsible Bondzee, who should stay home and continue to work because there's 50-plus scripts in the kitty that need pounding through. I got through 10 today. It was a busy day, but I really want. I've never been there. The Leafs are in town. It's kind of bullshit too because the tickets are fucking $110 is the cheapest one. And then Columbus Blue Jackets are here 2 days later. Guess how much the tickets are? Less than half the price of what they are for the Leafs game.
Columbus is here tomorrow night. Columbus is in Vancouver tomorrow night.
Yeah, and then they're here on Thursday in Edmonton. So
that's right. A lot of back-to-backs.
I want to go to the Leafs game for sure. I want to see the Leafs in Edmonton. I'd love to see Connor McDavid play against Matthews. That'd be a pretty fun time. So
you've got to get Dean on somebody that knows who works for the Edmonton staff or the Leafs staff, and they can get you a media pass.
Well, we tried.
It's doable.
We did. I sent out a message to Rook yesterday, who runs the back-end production of the Dean Blundell Network.
God bless
I sent him the Edmonton Oilers media relations guy's name, and we just haven't heard back simply. So I don't know if it was just too late or whether they're just not accepting. Because a lot of the teams, and we tried this in the States too. I tried to go to a Phoenix Coyotes game, LA game.
Aren't they hurting for anybody to show up at Phoenix?
Yeah, but with the COVID rules and stuff still, with the NHL is pretty tight with who they're letting in and not letting in for media and stuff wise. So, unless you're working for TSN or Sportsnet and stuff, you're probably not getting in.
What else do you have in here?
I'm sick, dude. I got this wicked sore throat. I'm all stuffed up. This is pretty funny too. I can't remember who sent me this day. Oh, I think it's one of my new friends on Instagram, but I'll drop his name. He sends me cool stuff all the time. I'll start playing some of them on the show. I said I would. But anyways, it's funny. Coworker. How do you celebrate Christmas if you don't believe in God? Me. How do you celebrate Valentine's Day if nobody likes you?
See, this is a Gwen sense of humor. I would totally get this. What's this piece of crap here? Oh, this. Why do you deal with Kanye? I know he's worth
I'm
fucking
fascinated by this guy because he's a billionaire, dude.
Yep.
And he seems like one of the dumbest individuals I've never met him, but seen.
What the hell
And he dresses like, like you're legit. Mom yells at you to go and shovel the goddamn driveway, and that's almost like what you would wear. And this guy is a
Looks like
billionaire,
he's
and
going
that's
to a
what he
flood.
wears out every single day.
This is one that I come across today. I think you need help with your graphics, McDonald's.
That is hilarious. I haven't seen this.
That's
Good
because
for them.
I dropped it in on you.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Good one.
That's what I do.
All right, bro.
Great seeing you Friday, brother. Nice
bet.
seeing you. Nice having a tailgate drink with you. We did drink on the tailgate for 3.5 hours.
We did.
And it was way cheaper than the airport beer. So,
oh, yeah,
sorry.
Dude, I forgot to mention when I had that wine on the plane at 7 in the morning while watching that movie after the coffee was really good. I'm not going to lie for airplane coffee, but that bottle of wine, shittiest $8 I ever spent. It literally, have you ever had bad wine where it's gone off? Yeah, yep. Somebody left it open around and you didn't get to it in time and it's all like vinegary and gross.
Yep. We call that next morning wine. That's next morning wine.
This is listen, you're talking to a alcoholic.
Talking to an alcoholic.
The next morning wine is nothing. Yeah. Nothing compared to the shit that I drank on that Air Canada flight. It was poison in a bottle. And
Mike, I need some beer. Mike, I need some beer.
To choke it back.
Yep.
I really did, but I did. Every sip sucked. Still drank it. I did not order another one, though. That's how bad it was.
Brutal, man. Mike, I need some beer. Please send me some beer.
No.
Please. Yes. No. Yes.
All right. Bye.
All right. Cheers.
Great job. Awesome. That's Glassy. Producer Glassy. Such a pleasure meeting the fella. Nice guy he is. And he works for free. That's the best part. Free for now. God bless the guy. Great guy. Everybody's been great here in Edmonton so far. Love each and every one of you. Love all of y'all. Again, I can't thank you enough for blasting WestJet all Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think I even seen Raven J still blasting them today. That guy's the best. And all you're the best. Keep blasting WestJet. I'm going to drop a blog tomorrow on them. I'm going to get up super early and write a blog first and then get into the recordings. You can check all that out at deanblundell.com. And there's so many great podcasts on the network and so many other great blogs. Lindley's on. Everybody, just go check them out. And hopefully a brand new podcast coming soon. My friend Tara, she's got a brand new podcast. It drops tomorrow. It's TNT with Tara Graves and her friend from America. And they talk girls racing cars, drag racing, sex, drugs, rock and roll. They talk it all. Two beautiful ladies, too. You guys will love it. And maybe they'll get picked up by the Dean Blundell Network. You never know. And you'll see them there soon. Anyways, folks, it's been a blast. We're an hour and 22 minutes. Show's brought to you by Positive Mike's Brewing. Guys are awesome. The guy's awesome. His wife's awesome. And this guy is a big deal around here. People are talking about him and his beers and his fine craft ales. Look at that. Amazing. Anyways, the guy knows what he's doing. I'm proud to have him as a sponsor. I love my new shirt. You guys got to go get him. You got to get a Bondzee Scheme. It's a brand new beer. It's named after yours truly. Not a big deal. Do you have a beer named after you? Didn't think so. I do. Pretty excited about that. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to have to brag about that one for a little bit, so get used to it. I love my brand new shirt. I've been looking forward to repping this and wearing it for a while. It's the Bondzee Scheme. It's a mango habanero beer. If you're in Edmonton, look up Positive Mike or send him your address and some money. Fucking cheapskates. Make sure it's a big old check. Tip him well, too. And he'll send you some beers, maybe. Am I allowed to say that? Positive Mike's? Anyways, I did. So there.
Can I have mine on your tab? Can I have my beer on your tab?
I guess. I probably, yeah, it'll be my Christmas present to you. I'll send you a few beers.
That's it? Oh, wow. Okay.
I'll pay you in Positive Mike beer. That's what little Jimmy gets paid at 95.7 Cruise FM. Speaking of that, I'm at Locke's house. He's the number one guy on the morning show, 95.7 Cruise FM. And so I thought I'd show the love and use one of his mugs. There's my boy. It was such a pleasure to meet him. His heart is as big as he is. I kid you not. Such a fun guy. We had some great laughs Saturday night over some pints and Sunday morning on the way to the airport. It's pretty awesome. Anyways, can't wait to see him when he gets back. And we're going to spend a few days together. We're going to go do some fun stuff. We'll get some fun content. And listen, that's it. That's all. Bondzee Show is also brought to you by Shakespeare's Fine Dining. Listen, folks, get your loved one, your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, your wife, the wife. Take her out for a nice meal, you cheap bastard. Okay. They got special hours leading up to December 23rd. And then after that, they'll be probably back to the regular hours. Just go to Shakespeare's.com, check them out, and book a reservation. All the celebrities go there. And it's not even a joke. Legit, they come up. Martin Short's a big guy. Big time fan of Shakespeare's. He goes there all the time. Doug Gilmour is a big fan as well. Listen, the old man's been cooking there for 53 years, folks. Okay. Established in 1969. He's still going. And his son and daughter run the front of the house, and their service is next to none. You'll be blown away. Tara Graves, I mentioned her earlier. She went there, drove 2 hours, folks, from Keswick. She's from Keswick. Don't hold it against her. She's still a lovely person. But she took her husband and her fiance and her parents all the way down there, and literally drove all the way back right after a lovely meal. Awesome. And you guys will love it. They loved it. I love it. It was the last meal I had in Canada. It was funny enough. I had surf and turf as my last meal in Canada. And when I got back to Canada, my first meal, surf and turf, thanks to my boy, Army Chris. It's fabulous. My first time having Wagyu. How do you say that shit? Anyways, fabulous. Done in one of them fancy sous vide, sous vide, whatever the fuck you say it. I don't know. Listen, I'm a put it in the frying pan kind of guy, or a barbecue and a microwave, and that's it. Lindley, Army Chris, these guys put me to shame. That's why I'm not married again or have a relationship. Listen, I shouldn't say that. I can cook. Okay? God damn it, I might not be as good as Lindley or Army Chris, but I can make a mean chicken curry. I can make a pretty good spaghetti and meatballs with salads and stuff. I'm okay. Anyways, listen, I'm not looking to date you or marry you anyway, so it doesn't matter. So there, okay? I'm happy being single and traveling around for the past, what are you on, Tucker? We started in 2016 in Costa Rica. Let me do the math here real quick. That's 2017, 2018, 2019, 5 years. 5 years on the road pretty much. And yeah, it's been fun times. Hey, buds. Lots more to go with my boy Tucker for sure. You guys are the best. I love you. Have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful rest of the week. Catch me tomorrow on the Dean Blundell Show. We're live around, well, we say 3 p.m., but it's usually about 3:15. And there tomorrow, Wednesday, and then Bondzee Live Wednesday. And we got a great guest coming up. My boy that I was telling you about who owns a CBD coffee company. He got back to me. And I think we'll have him on Wednesday if everything lines up. If not, we'll have somebody else for you as well. All right. Peace and love. Take care.
Tee up next week too. Christmas gifts. Last minute Christmas gift ideas.
Stick around. Bondzee Live on Tripping with Bondzee. Me and Glassy. We're gonna come up with some special last minute gifts. Because I know most of you fellas out there haven't even started Christmas shopping. And just so you know, it is December 13th. You've got what's that? So 13, 23,
12 days of Christmas.
12 days. There we go. So listen, maybe we'll drop one thing each Wednesday show, Friday show, and then maybe Monday show, and then Wednesday we'll drop it hard because that's the 22nd.
Sounds cool. Yep.
So maybe we'll do one gift each day. We'll give you a suggestion, and then Wednesday we'll hit the guys hard where it's the 22nd and you still haven't done a goddamn lick of shopping because you know you're all out there. I was with that guy too all the time. That's it. That's all. Peace and love. I'm out. Ciao.
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome
it's nice to be back, folks. I love you. And I love you. And I love you, you, and you, and you, and you too.
Well, the names have all changed since you hung around. But those dreams have remained and they've turned around.
It's Bondzee Live. Bondzee on YouTube.